Oh no! Have you crashed? Well and truly crashed. Hello. So, as promised, we're going to take a look at a feature on the Fairlight that I have never learned to use. Actually, besides going into this page normally by accident, I've never actually explored it at all. Today we're going to use the Fairlight tutorial manual. There's tutorials in here on each of the key sections of the Fairlight. Like most people, I normally don't follow the tutorial or instruction manuals, but the Fairlight is so incredibly complex and everything's quite obscure in the way that you actually do things at first, that really it's best to follow these tutorials. So, let's have a look. Where Mix Page is Chapter 9. Chapter 9, Mix Page. Let's see what it says. So the promise of this chapter is, this tutorial shows you how to create new and interesting sounds by mixing the waveforms from different samples in the digital domain. After completing this tutorial and understanding the points raised by it, you should be able to manage most of the aspects of the Mix Page program. The finer details may be accessed by consulting the command summary and reference manual, which is this one. Let's begin. Oh, that sounds good. We'll start completely blank slate and load up some sounds to mix together. Right, so according to this, we type SYR and press enter. That definitely made a clunk. That resets the Fairlight back into its base condition. So we're actually going to create a voice. Interesting. So let's go CR. No, not following the instructions already. This is not going so well. So voice create, and let's do exactly what the manual says. So we call it mix voice and press return. All right, we have mix voice. It says mix voice down there as well. Do I have these samples? Where do I get these actual samples from? Now, there's a good chance this is the Fairlight 3 library, so I'm going to pop into the Fairlight 3 library and we'll see if that actually works for us. So let me close. Let's close that one. If I remember correctly, Fairlight 3 is Fairlight. Let's open that. All right. So according to the manual, the ones we should be looking for is string section 11 and piano rock 11. So let's see if we've got those. Boom, boom, boom. String section 11. There you go. That's a good start. So we go SVL string sect 11 space 1 space S. All right, let's see if this works. Voice file not found. All right, that's loaded into a sub voice. The second sub voice we have to load is piano rock 11. Do we have that? I've got piano. I've got porno rock. Look, let's go for porno rock and we'll see what happens. So sub voice load space P and O porno 01 rock space 5. Alright, so we've got that loaded. We now have 2 sub voices. Yep, figured that out. Note the use of the S option on the sub voice load command. Yes, I did. Replace the default sub voice that was automatically created with the voice. So basically what that's doing is that's overriding the basic waveforms that happen when you create a new voice. So we're in WE now, which means we're going into waveform edit. That's not mixing, but anyway, it says to go F1, which is our sound, F14, right, F1. That's not very interesting. Oh no! Have you crashed? Well and truly crashed. Ah! And then we press F1 again. Alright. This is thrilling, isn't it? We have listened to the pitch of both of the non-default sub-voices and we can try and evaluate their relative pitch by ear. If you can do this, fine. If not, there's another way which relies less on perfect pitch. Thank God. We can make the keyboard play the current sub-voice all over the keyboard instead of the keyboard map, which is currently set up to play the default sub-voice right across the keyboard by typing play current, PC, enter. Now audition the current sub-voice. Oh, I've done that. And find the note on the keyboard which plays the same pitch. I think it was that. It is an E. Alright. Do the same with sub voice 2 and you will find it plays a G. No, this last maneuver assumes the samples are correctly tuned to play in their original pitch. This may not be the case with all voices, but you can safely assume it will be the case with the Fairlight sound library. Oh, I get it. So what we're trying to do is make sure the voices have the same pitch. Otherwise, when we combine them together, that could be interesting. It's gonna obviously go from, well, let's see what happens. Anyway, so that's the E. The mix page is very simple to use. Once you understand the layout, so here's a brief description. When you turn to the mix page, it'll show you the waveform. Boom. At the center left of the display is a list of all the sub voices. Center left. There. Called pad. Okay. From the pad you may select sub voices, just the waveform part really to mix together. Each time you make a selection, use the grab command. And okay. Further alright, let's, I'm a bit impatient, let's just do something. Alright. Oh, I see. To make this clearer, here's a diagram. That's nice. So let us do what was just described with our, to grab the current sub voice, type sub voice 1, return. Sub voice 1, return. Alright, grab is F5. Oh, I see. So, I get this. It's a Unix system. Now select sub voice 2. sub voice 2. Boom. Yep. And grab it, which was F5. So we've got the two together. We can see that it has been chosen as the sub, blah, 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 blah. Now we will select the strings as the destination. You can see it has chosen the source by the small s that appears next to the waveform. I ain't seeing no small s. We'll just keep going. And hit the picture of the string sub voice with your mouse. Oh, okay. Right. F12. That was supposed to put an S next to something. Ah, there we go. F12. We'll select that. Now we select the strings as the destination. Hit the picture of the strings sub voice with your mouse. If you forget which one it is, you may recognise the label above. Tells you which instrument sub voice, blah blah, in the mixing port, blah, which will audition the highlight mixing port. F3. Now, before we do any mixing, it is probably a good idea to make a copy of our destination, which will be irreversibly changed by the mixing process. Of course, we could reload it from the disk, so it's only doing it in memory, but it would be easier to copy it into another sub voice, so no, don't want to do that. Adding waveform mixing. F13. There it is. Right, so F13 is destination. Aha! Now we should be able to go destination, source, alright, mix, operation, yes. What do we get? Ooh! That wasn't what I was expecting at all. Let's try this again, but let's try this with some different sounds. So load it into 1 and S. All right. And let's go sub voice load CHOIR 015. Can I just collect that down there? Alright, so I've got that. Add. No source sub voice. That. Oh, grab. Grab. 5 to grab. And 6 will be the choir. So we'll grab that. Make that one the source. And we'll make that one the destination. And we should be able to go source, destination. And we should be able to go, there's a multiply. I like multiply. Let's see what F10 does. What does F10 do? Multiply. Operation. Alright. Oh dear no. So now I've got to go back through that sub voice loading. Oh, I can cheat. I can just. Oh. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. All right. This. Oh, that's going to really confuse it because there's already sub voices in there. Anyway, let's see if it can do it. Whoa, this could get nasty. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wonder what'll happen. That's so different. There we go, a new function, a new way to do something. Not sure quite how I'm going to use this, but we can always come back to it a bit later. And if you got this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. I'll chat to you later. See ya.